the title Peter Pan of pop to be attached to him, his drive for success and glory simultaneously led him to compete with the greats that came before him. Quote, "The most important thing to him was his legacy," declared his longtime manager Bob Jones. Quote, "He feared the fates of Nat King Cole, Sammy Davis Jr. Michael desired to be remembered and worshipped like Elvis." In a 1987 handwritten note by Michael Jackson, the artist proclaimed his desire to be considered much like Elvis as a king, and at the same time combat racism that plagued so many of the greats in music's past. Quote, "Throughout history, white men have always branded the pages of history with great white hopes, putting whites over blacks as nobles, like Elvis being the king of rock and roll, Springsteen being the boss, and the Beatles being the best. Yes, these guys were good, but they weren't better singers or dancers than the blacks. The difference is that whites control the press, the media, and they can make the public believe whatever they desire. I will change this now. I will rule as the king." This explicit statement revealing Jackson's desire to not only succeed in his own personal ambitions, but to end prejudice and forge a path for future black heroes to claim status within their chosen fields, as he would himself by becoming the first, quote, "black king." Rebranding himself as the king of pop, akin to Elvis's king of rock and roll, Jackson was challenged at almost every step in this pursuit. As Eric Snyder from the St. Petersburg Times noted, quote, "Showbiz nicknames have been around for a long time. The one most etched in the American psyche is Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, which is why the king of pop may hang around for a while as a second reference, but will not catch on with the public. He'll never be the king, as there already is one." But in striving to become not just a winner, but a superstar bigger than Elvis himself, Michael felt unfairly handicapped. According to Vanity Fair's Maureen Orth, he complained to his managers that record stores carried Elvis but few other black artists. He added that the industry had conspired against him. Quote, "After I broke Elvis's sales and the Beatles' sales." Years rolled on and Michael Jackson's king-like tendencies intensified as his wealth and status grew in the world of entertainment.